In coastal Louisiana, the land is sinking, even as sea levels are rising. Oil and gas dredging and saltwater intrusion have decimated wetlands protecting the coast. And when extreme weather comes, it packs more destructive power than ever. On August 29, 2005, Hurricane Katrina's storm surge overwhelmed the levee system of New Orleans. Water inundated 80% of the city, leaving people trapped in houses and waiting on rooftops. The storm killed more than 1,000 people, though the true total may never be known. Climate impacts continue to hit Louisiana hard, leaving the state and its communities with difficult questions.
If the rest of the world starts getting serious sea level rise, it'll start looking like what we're having right now in South Louisiana.
The city literally died. Everything was dead. All the power was gone. All the birds were gone. All the people were gone. And a lot of lives were gone. And we actually get a chance to bring it back.
As the region began to recover, lawmakers determined the state needed a clear plan of action to cut the risk of floods and restore its sinking coastline.
We don't have any more time to waste, folks. We don't. Action. And whatever actions and measures and steps we can take, let's take them. Let's move this ball down the field.
The Mississippi River carries nearly 160 million tons of sediment to Louisiana every year. Over time, the river deposited this sediment into an ever-widening delta. But in the last century, humans interrupted this natural land-building process when they tried to tame the river.
All of southeastern Louisiana was built by the Mississippi River. We put levees on the river so we could live here without being flooded. So the deltas are starved of sediment, which means they've been sinking.
With the river confined by levees, the map of southeastern Louisiana has changed and continues to change dramatically.
We've lost about 1,800 square miles since about 1930. We've lost the size of Delaware in the delta of South Louisiana.
Then, on top of that, we dredged about 10,000 miles of canals for oil and gas, totally eviscerating the hydrology, basically destroying the plumbing system. Huge areas of marsh were shrinking and then becoming open water.
Saltwater intrusion and increased erosion killed wetlands and widened channels, exposing communities to wave action and storm surge.
No one saw the far-reaching effects of inland drilling and what it would do to our protective layers between our bayou communities and the Gulf of Mexico. And so now we've become sitting ducks, so to speak, in that we really don't have any more natural protection between us and storm surge related to hurricanes in the Gulf of Mexico.
South toward the Gulf Coast, a Native American community already faces evacuation to escape rising waters. Ile de Jean Charles is home to the Biloxi Chitimacha Choctaw tribe. In 1963, the island was 11 miles long and 5 miles wide. Today, it is 2 miles long and a quarter-mile wide. The federal government awarded the tribe a multi-million-dollar grant to move the entire community to higher ground. They join a growing number of American climate refugees.
I am for the relocation. For me, it's not so much that I'm abandoning it or letting it go. It's just that I know that what I'm up against that's greater than me, you know, I just can't stop it.
We've lost land that you could live on. The land that was formed has actually sunk below the water over the last 100 years.
Sea levels are rising all over the world, but in Louisiana, the sinking land amplifies this effect to the point where tide stations report rates of sea level rise among the highest in the world.